morning started with this really pretty view. The morning light hitting my room was just so gorgeous. I woke up pretty early today and just brushing my teeth. We don't have too much to do today, so it's a chill, slow kind of a day. I just made some tea with the tea bags they had in the room. And now it's time to take a nice relaxing shower. I'm done with my shower and this is the outfit I chose. It's a pretty basic black dress. I have slightly wavy hair, so I just finger comb them instead of combing with the comb. And now it's time to do some skincare. At this point, I think you all know my skincare routine. So I start off with some toner. And then some snail mucin. There was so much heat coming through the window, so let's just close the curtains. And then I'm using my moisturizer mixed with some toner. And last but not the least, sunscreen. After my skincare, I did some makeup, which I'll be doing a separate video about. And so I'm ready and we are going to Sajjangarh today. This is the fit check. And then we booked an auto and left for Sajjangarh. We left pretty early, like 10ish am, to avoid the heat. And we're almost there. The mountain that you're seeing is the one where Sajjangarh is. We reached there and this was a ride to take us up to the mountain. And we saw some people go through bike as well, but I thought this was way too risky to do that. And this was the view from our car. We almost reached there and we were greeted by these monkeys. The views were breathtaking, but it was way too hot that day. After a dangerous road drive, we reached there. Even though it was an early morning, it was pretty hot, but the views were to die for. After what seemed like a really long walk, we reached to the fort. And thankfully there was a restaurant on the top, so we decided to have some breakfast. I was amazed by how gorgeous the restaurant was. Like, you don't see things like this every day. We ordered some food and came back inside. We got some veggie cheese sandwiches with some chai. Sandwiches were so good. They were like loaded with veggies and cheese and so fresh. I am literally craving this right now. And then we got some fries as well. And now we have actually reached the fort. It was so pretty and there was folk music going on. This was such a perfect photo corner. And this was the view from upstairs. It was so nice. Then we came back down and came back to our hotel. We rested for a bit and we decided to go to Nehru Garden in the evening. And this was my outfit. Decided to stop at JMB to get some food, which is really famous here in Udaipur. We had the famous samosas, kachoris, and then I got myself some chai. And then we were waiting for our boat to reach to Nehru Garden. Look how pretty the view is. And then finally we got into our boat. The water was so clear and so blue and the air was so cool. And then we reached to our destination. And we were welcomed by the greens and blues and it was so pretty. It was almost sunset time. And so the trees were looking golden. There was a cute cafe inside and I decided to go in. And this was the view from our table. And I found matcha on the menu and I obviously had to get matcha. I got matcha latte with oat milk and vanilla. It was heaven sent, oh my god. I would have preferred a little bit more matcha, but it was fine. And this was the sunset. And then they turned on the lights and it was magical. And the waterworks was amazing. And then it was time to go to mainland. We visited a few more places with our friends and had dinner. And then we came back to our hotel and called it a night.